I'm Kristy,
And I'm Courtney.
and this is Heard at the Bar.
I was going to try to join you and then I missed the cue.
I know, I feel like it's been a while since we've done a unison
I think it has, yeah.
Heard at the Bar.
I think it's been a couple of weeks since we actually taped a episode
So do
two.
we call this maybe season 3?
Yeah, we should call this season 3.
We've been on a bit of a hiatus,
We had a 2-week break,
2-week break, vacations.
vacations. We're looking
Yeah.
kind of tanned. Look at us.
Well, I mean, I hope so. I was at a cottage all weekend, but this is the problem is that I've been very diligent with my skincare because I'm starting to get like skin damage and stuff. And so the problem, like I was in at the beach on last Friday we were there for over 6 hours.
Yeah,
Like I should be a lobster, but my sunscreen works too well.
yeah.
So I just have a healthy glow.
I was gonna say that. So yeah, so my face, because I use like really, really like a lot on my face. So we are in Granada. And so yeah, I use a lot on my face. And so I literally came back and I was like, I feel like I didn't go away. No, my arms are tanned.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah, I was like, I feel like I'm not tanned.
I
And my daughter was like,
know.
my face is white. And I'm like, that's because we put on so much sunscreen on our face.
But at the same time, like you got to. Like we've done a lot of consider when we were kids.
Yeah.
Like I remember the only time that sunscreen got put on was when you went to the beach,
I didn't even, when I was a kid.
right?
No, do you remember tanning on like we had a metal roof on the back of our garage,
Yeah.
and we would get up there on the metal roof with baby oil
Baby oil.
all over and just bake, and you
Yeah.
could smell your skin
Yeah.
baking.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, and then flip. And
Yeah.
there was no, we didn't pay attention to this UV thing.
I know.
Nothing.
And I would put either lemon juice in my hair,
Oh, yes, yes, to lighten your hair.
and then sunning came out,
Yep. I
and
never
then I
used
would
Sun-In, but
and then I would use
I used
sunnin.
lemon juice. Yeah, I used lemon
Sunnin would
juice all
make
the
your
time.
hair go orange though. It wasn't good.
Yes. Yes. No, my mom taught me to wash with the lemon juice, to rinse your hair at the end with the lemon juice and then go outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember sitting out and having like the pulp in my hair.
That's hilarious. But yeah, that's what we used to do. Nobody
Yeah,
paid
I
any
know.
attention. I remember a couple of really bad burns. I remember my brother got the burns that got blisters.
Yeah.
And I remember him just popping them. Like the things that we
not supposed
did
to
that
do
we
that.
didn't think.
Yeah, I know. Well, I remember going to Florida one year, and it was one of those situations where like it hadn't been beautiful weather the entire time, and the last day was gorgeous. So we like spent the day at the beach, and I like was bound and determined to get a suntan. Well, I burned.
Yeah.
And I think I even ended up with like a heat stroke or something because
Yeah.
like I remember I would have been like maybe 13 years old or something like that.
Yeah.
Old enough to take care of myself, but my parents had to like pack for me
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I was that bad.
Yeah. It's so crazy. Just the things that we used to do as kids.
I know.
When we were saying popping, I don't know if this was a thing. So I lived on a tar and chip road.
A what?
And tar and chip? You never
Tar
heard of
and
it?
chip? No.
Yeah. So it's not asphalt. It's
Okay.
like, it kind of looks similar, but it would have tar patches on it. And so we used to get with a stick in the heat, and
Yeah.
the tar would bubble and you would pop it. And my mom would get so mad at me coming home with my sandals, and they'd have tar all
Oh
over
my
the
God, that's
sandals.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Tar and chip.
Tar and chip. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was in the city, like one of the main roads.
And maybe
in
I
our
experienced
north
it. I don't
end.
remember
You maybe just
having
wouldn't have
bubbles
known.
and things
Yeah,
like that.
I don't know. It wasn't throughout the whole thing, but yeah, there were places on the road.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
are we gonna have a
We have a
test
fire alarm going off right now. Okay, we're gonna test Courtney's ability to edit. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. Well, do we start to get into something or do we like
How long does it take before it's gonna go?
I don't know. I have no idea. Shoot. What's the date today? Is today the
The
4th?
4th.
I knew this was happening.
Being an adult is hard.
Which actually segues into what we plan to talk about
Yes,
quite
yes.
nicely.
Yes.
But
maybe we'll just chat about other things until then. Then we'll come back and we'll actually do the actual what we're meant to talk about.
Okay, we'll just chat until it
Yeah, we'll
doesn't
just
happen?
chat until
Okay.
then.
All right.
What was I going to say? Oh, the combine, the NHL combine is going on right now.
What's going on?
The combine.
Oh, sorry.
So, the NHL combine. So Max is in Buffalo.
Okay.
Igor didn't get a visa, so he
Oh,
can't
no.
go. Yeah,
Oh,
so he's in
honey.
Toronto. So sad. So he
what does
doesn't
that
get.
mean,
So a
combine?
combine basically is a scout thing. So the
Oh, okay.
scouts go and they're there for a week, and each team can like talk to different guys, and so it's the top 90, I think it is, players
Wow.
in the draft.
Yeah.
And so they go, they meet with them, they talk to them, and then the guys, I think it starts today, where they actually do all the physical tests.
Okay.
So where they wear those breathing apparatus and ride the bike as fast as they can, and they test their lung capacity and that kind of thing, and then they test how like high they can jump,
Oh,
so they're
wow.
vertical, and they do all of the different tests. They've got 2 new tests. I sent them to Max. I can't remember what they are now. But they have 2 new tests, and it's meant to test their physical ability and their fitness level, and then what they potentially could work towards, because these are kids.
Right.
Like they're 17 and 18 years old. So it's what they are now before they begin their career kind of thing, and where they potentially could go. So I'm interested. I keep looking on the internet for like updates to see if Max is mentioned or anything, because he like made 4 different what is it when you words evade me today, what is it where you a record. He did 4 records with the Knights this year. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, so he had the highest vertical they'd ever had. He bench pressed the most they ever had for a guy. He is the tallest at 6'8"
Wow,
that they've ever
okay.
had.
Okay.
And he's the most flexible they've ever had.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Which is impressive for a hockey player.
And impressive for a 6'8".
tall guy, yeah,
right?
true.
So, so I'm interested to know. He was in Buffalo training for a couple of weeks before this. And so I'm interested to know how he ranks, like how he did in his testing kind of thing, just because I'm interested watching him progress and everything
Yeah.
like that. So poor Igor didn't get to do that, so I'm a little sad for him.
Yeah,
And
it's a shame.
there's a chance that he won't get his visa to go to the draft, and he's going to be in
Because
the
he's
first
ranked,
round.
I was going to say he's
Yeah.
ranked higher than.
He is, yeah. So
Oh,
he's ranked
geez.
up. So he got a special suit made with like pictures inside. Like
I'm surprised that someone can't help him.
I don't know.
with
Like I
this.
really don't understand. Now he
What if our podcast,
can help him get his visa.
if there's anyone out there listening,
Who can help Igor get a visa? He's
help
from
him get a
Russia.
visa.
So yeah, I don't know. But I don't know where it is in the process. Now I think he was trying to get maybe a student visa, but then I'm unsure.
Right, because he's got.
Is
In Canada? He's going to be in school next year. Or is it
well,
in the
he
U.S.? I thought he got
accepted
it.
Penn State.
Right. So can't they
So-
help him?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But then I saw something on Elite Prospects that says he's not going to Penn State until 2027.
Oh.
So, and I haven't asked him. I did ask him about schooling and picking courses, and he
Right.
just said he didn't know. And I was like, when does school start? Like in August? And
Yeah.
he said mid-August. And I was like, okay. And I was like, have you picked your classes, or do you pick your classes? Because I said, I know that Neve just picked out what classes she wants. She hasn't been able to actually register for them yet.
Right.
But she picked them out. So I wondered if he had been told this is how many classes you need to take or something. But he said, no, we hadn't talked to anyone. But that would actually make sense if he's not going until 2027.
Right.
So I
Right.
get that. I don't know. There's also a language thing. So sometimes I think he understands me 100%. Sometimes I don't think he
Right,
understands. It's
right,
hard to tell.
right.
And he may not know, right? Like he may not know, but he is in Canada right now.
Okay.
I asked him when he was going home to Russia, and he wasn't sure. So, but I think he's training with somebody near Toronto. So the training is real, and they go wherever to train. So
Right. Yeah.
but I'm like, also because I know the 2 of them, I know others as well, so I like to follow their progress. And then obviously I'm a hockey fan, so I'm a Leaf fan, and we
Right.
got the #1 draft, so we get to pick first. So then I'm looking at are we going to pick?
Yeah.
So yeah, I like to read all of those things. So
Nice.
I'm really reading that.
So as you're saying that, I was having troubles focusing because now I'm trying to calculate. I think they start like on the lower floors and work their way up.
Oh, so
So
we
we
may have
might be
some
able,
time.
we may be able to do this.
Okay.
Maybe? I
Well,
don't know.
well, let's give it a go then.
Okay.
So, what we were meant to talk about today was I'm like interested in knowing more about you and as a business owner, how things are going. I just this second remembered you were talking about not looking like you had a shirt on.
Do I still look naked?
There you go. Now you're good. You're good.
Sorry.
The way you were sitting, I was like, that just crossed my mind again, and I was like, oh yes.
I am.
Yes.
Thank you for pointing that out. I am fully dressed. I am wearing a tank top, but I do have clothes on. I'm not doing this naked. I don't know. Maybe that would help with our ratings if I
Maybe
did.
we'd get more views
Topless.
if you did it topless.
It's like that those memes. Is it legs or is it hot dogs?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We could do is
Yes.
she
Is
clothed or is
does
she
have
not?
a shirt on or not?
Who knows? Sorry, I'm just thinking about forget it. Okay.
We're very, very like
Our ADHD may be
Yes,
showing
it's
greatly
kicking
here
in
right
right
now. Okay. So I guess I could put my hair back, but then I've got a bra that's like
Nah,
showing.
it's
so,
fine. Now that I've
okay.
mentioned it, everybody knows you're wearing a shirt.
I am wearing a shirt, everybody. I'll just keep doing that. And for those of you who are listening and not watching, now maybe you want to go to YouTube
And you want to watch.
see what we're talking about. Yeah. So yes, I am dressed. Where were we? Hi,
Hi.
I'm Kristy.
And you own a fitness studio.
I do own a fitness studio. I own a Pilates studio. Wow, eh? I mean, it's been 11 years now. Mm-hmm. And I was really lucky when we first opened up because there was only one other full studio in town. And being central, it meant that it was an easy place to get to. And we have parking, which is also awesome.
Yeah.
And so it took work. Like, don't get me wrong. So like back in the early days, the alarm's about to start.
Talking. We're gonna pause.
We're gonna pause.
I'm gonna keep it running. And
Okay.
Oh, for a minute I was like, "What's that noise?" But it's
The alarm. Yeah. It's okay, Pop. We're okay. We're safe. It's okay.
He's like, "Do I need to worry about that?"
No, we're good. It's going off.
Did you ever see? Oh, shoot, what was that TV show? It's really popular on. It's Netflix, I think. Wow, I haven't had a tea this morning.
You haven't?
No. So it just occurred to me now that I haven't had a tea and my brain is not turned on. I did have breakfast though. 13 is the girl's name in this TV show.
Is it new? Is it old?
It's like maybe 6 years old. The kids would have seen it. It's a Netflix original.
Stranger Things?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Stranger Things. Doesn't something happen with the fire alarm?
I've never watched it. I've never watched it. I was told not to.
Oh,
Because it's creepy. That's what I understood.
It's a little creepy. But it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I've seen all the seasons.
And it's 80s focused, isn't it?
It is. That's why I started. That's what happened. Was it was the latest thing. They have New Kids on the Block. The main character, I think it's the last episode, maybe even, is listening to New Kids on the Block, and they're talking about it, and they're talking. That's why someone said to me, "Have you ever seen this?" And I was like, "No."
Right.
So then I was like, "Oh, I should probably watch it." So I started watching it, and then I watched it all the way, and then watched the finale, and then my daughter came up and watched the end of it with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I'm pretty sure it had something to do with a flashing light or something like that, and it's. The other universe is like the upside down, and it's just another version of the current. So now that our fire alarm is done, we're back into what we actually came here to talk about. So
the shoulders are going.
So we're actually going to talk about, because I had some questions, and now I'm going to put you in the hot seat, and we're going to talk about you as a business owner. Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about how things started, where you're going, and how does this like impact your
Okay, that's a lot of questions. I feel like you're gonna have to re-ask questions.
Oh
as
yeah,
we go,
if you don't answer, you're gonna totally
tangent.
answer though.
And just in case Courtney goes completely quiet, she's still here. She hasn't left the room.
No, I'm still here. You can see me if you're watching. I'm just gonna sit here, and you'll see my faces react.
Right. So you're gonna have to make noises when you react, because
Okay.
those
So
that are
that the
listening
people
need to
listening
know.
can hear.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, studio's been open for 11 years now, which is still kind of crazy to me. And was never ever a plan. I didn't start my life thinking one day I'm going to own a Pilates studio. I came to it late. Like I was in my 40s, I think, when we opened up, late 30s when I started my training. And I did the training more so in the beginning was just for fun. It was really what I was thinking was one day maybe I'll retire and do this. Because the nice thing about Pilates is it is universal. You can go anywhere around the world and teach it. And that was kind of what the plan was. And then when things changed, and I was trying to figure out what I was going to do for my living, um, somebody said to me, "Why don't you teach Pilates?" And I was like, "Well, that's what I do for fun. It's not how I want to make my career." Because I didn't want to get to the point where I hated it, which can happen. And then the person wisely said, "But Kristy, that's what most people long for is to find something that they're passionate about and love and then make money from it." I'm like, "Oh, all right, well, let's give this a shot." Oh, I don't know why. When you see like the commercials for the lottery, I'm like, what are you going to do? I'm going to open my own business. My goal is to open up my own business.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm here to tell you, it's not as great as it sounds. I mean, it's nice in that you are, yes, able to determine your own schedule.
Yeah.
However, you got to do what's needed. And in the early years, like up until 2019, 2020, when the world turned upside down,
Yeah.
I was at the studio many days, 12 to 13-hour days.
Hmm.
I had a 7 a.m. client Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And Mondays and Wednesdays, I would be at the studio till 8:30 at night.
Yeah.
Like ridiculous. But it needed to happen in order to build it.
Yeah.
And at the sacrifice of kind of having a great social life.
Hmm.
Because if you had to be up at 7 a.m., you weren't staying up late. And on those nights when I was at the studio till 8:30 at night, I was walking in the door eating
Yep.
because I would be starving because I also was not good at bringing food to the studio. And then I'd end up going pretty much eat and go to bed.
Yeah.
And it's funny because we were talking about this week about there was a Monday night mat class for many
Yep.
years at 7:30, and it was the busiest class of the week. And like a mat class with a wait list, which like we have a hard time now even filling a mat class
Yeah.
because people don't understand the magic that can
Yeah.
come from a mat class.
Yeah.
But this group was a bunch of like hardcore. They've been with me forever. Good friends were in that class, and oh my gosh, we would have a crazy night, and it would be laughter on
Yeah.
top of laughter, like just ridiculous. And looking back at it now, part of it I'm thinking like I was probably like exhausted.
You're punch drunk.
Punch drunk, exactly. So that's part of the reason why it was
Yeah.
a crazy class. But it was so much fun. We used to, one of my friends would close the blinds when she walked in the door, and then I would tease her that I was losing money from the guy who lived across the street who paid me to watch the
I
classes.
remember that conversation.
And we called him John. John's not going to pay me now because you just blocked him, and now I'm not going to get this extra revenue from him watching. And then one night we had somebody's husband came in who was named John, and one of our older clients who was like, she was close to 80 then,
Yeah.
maybe even 80. She's like, "Oh, you're John. You're the one we keep the blinds open for us." Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Like just so much fun. And that's where like what kept me going all the way through
yeah.
and kept me wanting to do those long days
Yeah.
was the people.
Yeah. Uh,
Like there's a bunch of amazing people that I would never have had a relationship with had
yeah.
I not done this.
Yeah.
There are a bunch of like professional, high-powered people who I would not have crossed paths with before.
Yeah.
And not only did they become part of my studio and look to me as an expert, which like, oh my God, again, if I could go back to the 12-year-old me and be like, girl,
Yeah.
guess what? You is smart. That I really wish I could, because I wonder how much different my life would have been had I done that, or had I had that confidence. Um, but they've become friends as well,
Yeah.
which is also like just amazing to me, and is really what has always been the magic of. But I put that out to people who, like, I want to have my own business. It's a lot of work and a lot of dedication, and doesn't really allow for personal stress. Does
Oh,
that make sense?
it doesn't allow for it, or doesn't like,
It makes it harder when you're dealing with conflict, or stressful things outside of the business. So like when you're okay, do we get into this? Like, how deep do we want to get into this, Courtney? What do you want me to expand on that? I'm waiting for you to ask me questions so that
I
you're more engaged. I'm trying to like
I'm like
ask me a
listening.
question,
No, like
Courtney.
I'm in it. I'm like listening. I'm waiting for you to like, cause I'm like, oh, I
What do you
remember
mean? What
these
do you mean?
stories. Like, but with the business, like it's gotta be hard to with the current situation and being that it's summer and like we're seeing Pilates has become the fad right
Right,
now,
right.
right? So, like, it's not now per se, but like maybe a year ago, I would say about probably a year ago was probably the peak of places popping up everywhere. Like, you were seeing just regular businesses throwing two reformers in there and having it, calling it a boutique. Like last year, I think there must have been at least 10 around the downtowns
Yeah,
suddenly popping up.
yeah.
And we thought, okay, well, that how is that really going to impact us? Because we have a certain brand, we do a certain thing.
Right,
But then we started noticing, I'd say this year, things changing, right? Things that you didn't think changing, but then they just announced we're in a recession.
right.
So how does owning a business, how is it impacted by a recession? So I don't remember the last recession we had. I remember living through it, but I just don't remember how long ago it was.
The thing is that, which has been the case all along with our studio, that the first thing for, because we're mostly women that come to the
Yeah.
studio, which is a shame because it
Yeah.
is amazing for men. So that's not to
Yes.
say that men aren't welcome, and we do
And we
have
do
men
have
that
men.
come. But because it's mostly women, the first thing we take off our list, the first thing that becomes drops to the bottom of the priority list, is things that keep us healthy. Our workouts are the first thing we're going to take
I had
off.
a private class just before we started doing this
Yeah.
this morning, and that's the first thing we were talking about is that her partner Ashley said, "Why do you need to pay to go
Yeah.
out and
Yeah.
do this? You
Yeah.
can do this at home." And she
Well,
said, like, it's the social aspect of getting out and doing something for myself.
and many people say that about mat Pilates, that I can do this, I can do a YouTube video, and 100%, yeah. And you know what? If that's what's available to you, I love that. Do that, because I want you to move.
Yeah.
Where, if you've got the ability, the finances, and the time coming in, where that elevates it a little bit more, is, yes,
Yes.
that social aspect,
Yeah.
that community. I've always made the joke that the person that's attracted to our studio is the person who doesn't like to work out,
Yeah.
right? We think of
Because you come for
chair.
chat.
You come to chat. You come to feel a part of something. You
Yeah.
come with problem, and it gets solved by the end of class. Or you come in heightened and
Yeah.
you leave completely
Yeah.
relaxed. Cortisol drops, nervous system
Yes.
resets. Like, you just get back into your
Mental
head and
health. Like honestly,
right.
if I don't come, even if I'm not working out. So, and this is what I said last night, because one of the girls in the class, she did something to her back and she didn't feel that she could do it. However, I was like, she could have just come. Like she could have come to be part of it because I know that coming to the classes helps her mental health.
Right.
So you can get just as much out of, and
Right.
also you can do a reformer class and do lighter weights. You can do adjust. You
Well,
have a sore back, we adjust the movements to you. We
and that
just need
is
to know that you have that sore back.
exactly, and that's something that I always, like, for the whole time I've been open, is that I know that if you have a sore back, for instance, if it's not in spasm if you aren't at risk. So like
Yeah.
there isn't like
You haven't
a
actually damaged your back. You've just
right, you're tight, you're
tight. Yeah.
sore, whatever.
Mhm.
We can work it out. And
Mhm.
I know that. And I know that you can come in and at the end of class feel so much better. But sometimes saying that we have a sore back is a way of justifying not coming in. And sometimes they're dealing with, like a
Yeah.
physiotherapist, whoever, doctor says, don't exercise.
Yeah.
Right. And so you're like, okay, well, I can't go against that. Like
Yeah.
if they've said that, I'm not going to
Yeah.
not to do it.
Yeah.
But I do know that there is something that we can do. There's
Yeah.
always something that we can do. And more often than not, when I have somebody that comes in, they're like, I've got whatever.
Yeah.
And by the time they leave, it's gone,
Yeah.
which is awesome. But
Yeah.
you got to feel comfortable with that.
Yes.
And if you come in not feeling confident that it's going to be okay, you're
Yeah.
going to be guarded the entire
Yeah.
time. And it's probably not going to be okay.
Yeah.
But I think you asked me about dealing with
I
recession. And
did.
yeah, we totally went off on a tangent
I
there.
know.
You know what? Being the only one downtown for a long time, and like I said at the
Yeah.
beginning, really there was only two of us in town.
Yeah.
It was pretty easy to keep going. However, during that time frame, there was still the peaks and the valleys,
Yep.
and because it's a majority female focused group that comes,
Yeah.
Christmas I'd see a drop off. The end of the school year, I'd see a drop off.
Yeah.
The beginning of the school year, I'd see a drop off. And so having a quiet May is very common.
Yeah.
What makes this year different is we had a quiet February, March, and April, which is not common.
Yeah.
Typically, those are like hardcore busy months for us. And really, it's those months that get us through the quiet June, July, August.
Yes.
And that didn't happen this year.
No.
And it's one of those things where, like, if you talk about the compound of stress, because for the sole business owner, and I have to say this publicly, thank God I have Courtney, because Courtney has helped so much over the past few years when she started with me, in helping me get through all the things. There's so much that would have gotten lost so
Yeah.
thank you
We're lucky
publicly.
that my life went a certain way at the same time as your life went a certain way and things came together because just like as you were saying your story, that's exactly my story.
Yeah.
I was working out at the studio and you were like, you should get training. And everyone at work was like, you'd be a really good instructor. And then it happened. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to get training. And
Yeah.
it just happened to be at the exact time I needed a place to do stuff and you needed help. And it just
Yeah.
worked.
Yeah. So I think that like, so I need to preface all of that with exactly that I am fortunate and that you've been really helpful. Um, and I think part of this too is also an age thing, which I hate that. I hate saying that. I was making the joke the other day that once you start showing any symptoms of perimenopause, you should
Yeah.
immediately be given a government funded personal assistant.
Yes. That's such a good idea.
Right? They
Yes.
just they keep your shit together.
Yep.
They tell you, hey, there's going to be a fire alarm going on while you're planning on taping. Maybe we need to push this a little
Maybe
bit
we
later.
need to push it half
Right?
an hour.
All those things, because like I would say my memory has never been amazing, but it's gotten worse,
Yeah.
right? And so the things I was able to kind of keep in line, I have a hard time doing that now. I went through a week there where I had, I don't know, at least three people that I completely
Remember.
blanked that I was
Yep.
supposed to see them, and getting either a text or a phone call saying, "Hey, I'm at the studio.
Or
Where
they're
are
at the
you?"
studio.
Right? Like, oh my gosh, it's amazing that I'm still here. But what happens is this balancing act, and I'm also fortunate in that my daughters are doing good. I'm here for them, but they don't need
Yeah.
a lot of support from me, and I don't talk to my parents,
Yeah.
so I don't know if they need me, because
We're so similar.
yeah, so I don't have that extra thing,
Yeah.
but I have been going through, and I think we've alluded to this a little bit.
Yeah.
I have been going through a separation divorce, and there was a lot of surprises financially that came up during it. And it wasn't And a lot of understanding as I've kind of worked through it of it wasn't a very healthy relationship. And I'm going to keep gentle on what that
Yes.
is
Yeah.
because to protect those who
Yeah.
can't protect themselves at this point.
Hmm.
But it was, those of you who can read between the lines, it was not a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
And all of that was coming through at the same time. Moving out, getting set up,
Yeah.
doing things on my own. I made a lot of choices in my life early on so that I would grow old with somebody.
Yes.
And that was always my plan. And then,
Yes.
surprise, surprise, that didn't happen.
Yes.
So there's a lot that was going on with that. Then you add to it that the studio is not doing great.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing the numbers going down and down and down and down. And I'm like, I don't even, I don't even know what to even do about this.
Hmm.
Like and you get into panic mode and you get into like putting out the fires
Yeah.
and doing what you can to just sort of get to the next. And so it's unfortunately right now what we're experiencing is kind of the perfect storm.
Hmm.
People are afraid to spend their money. And
Yeah.
like I said, first thing that you drop off is exercise or, like going to a place to exercise.
Yeah.
And much of, other than the reformer, there's much that we do that, yeah, you totally could do it from home.
Hmm.
I think you get a better experience when you come in, but totally.
Yep.
So we have that to deal with. We have more competition, which adds to it. And then on top of that, focus is being pulled in many different directions on a
Yeah.
regular basis. And that really makes it hard. And there's many people that I think of that I haven't seen in a long time who kind of dropped off in the midst of me struggling
Yeah.
a lot. Sorry, now I keep getting distracted thinking, girl, you look naked. Okay, sorry. Um, but a lot of people, and like part of me wants to go back and be like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You obviously didn't get what you originally came for,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry that my mental well-being was getting in the way of that.
Yeah.
Part of me thought about, do I do one of these videos for the studio
Yeah.
of me being like
Yeah.
crying and sharing and being raw, which you see so often now.
But as my daughter would say, how much of that is performative? Right? Like,
Good question.
yeah.
Good question. Because when I watch it, I think that's inappropriate.
Yeah.
You're not being professional right now. You shouldn't be sharing that.
That's your Gen X guilt.
Right.
Whereas the millennials are like, like, no, I owe it to my fans to like,
Well, and then
and I don't, yeah.
and there's very much a part of me that really wants to be like, hey, listen, this is what I've been going through.
Yeah.
Here's the realities of how intense it's been for the last few years.
Yeah.
And like, give me a break.
Yeah.
Like, come back, please.
Come back and see us. We promise we're
back.
going to go
I'm-
back to the way it was before
in-
COVID.
I know. And it's funny because I think you said this to me recently, and it actually happened in a class recently too. Maybe it was Nicole who said it to me. It's good to see you back
Yeah. Yeah.
because I haven't been showing up.
Yeah. I think it was a couple weeks ago I said, I can see your back.
Yeah.
Like, I can see it. Your spark is back.
And and like in the early days when things were not great, but like I hadn't come to that conclusion of
Yeah.
this is to the point where I need to leave.
Yeah.
Before that, I would take the energy of my negative feelings and I would
Yeah.
put it into the class.
Yeah.
All right. So oftentimes those classes would be the ones that were maybe a little bit more quiet because I would not shut up the whole
Yes.
class. You would feel
Yes.
every inch of muscle
Yeah.
in your body because
Yes.
I focused
You
on
did. Yeah.
every inch.
Yeah. And I can tell you, I remember those classes.
Right?
I do. I
There was
remember
no
those classes.
talking.
No,
only
it was
me.
it was just you going through everything, and you should feel this, like the entire class.
Right.
Yeah.
And you would think that level of exhaustion that I was at, that level of, disconnect. But if I didn't keep the words flowing, if I didn't keep that level of focus in the class,
Yeah.
I would have started daydreaming and drifting off, I would have had a hard time getting through
Yeah.
to the end of it. And then that's exactly what started to happen,
Yeah.
is that when it got worse and it became more draining, more taxing on me. And like we went through, there was a succession of things that we went through prior to, like some personal family stuff that
Yeah.
is not my story to share,
Yeah.
but some serious things that came out, as well as some childhood trauma that I didn't know I had. Well,
Right. Yeah.
I had an inkling that I had, but
Yeah.
it, yeah. Anyways,
Yes.
whoa, like it
Yeah.
was intense. And then it became really hard to even show up that way,
Yeah.
to even focus. And even to the point where I would say, like, at times I even felt a little bit resentful to the people who were coming in and relying on me.
Yeah.
Like, I just need to not be here.
Yeah.
I need a break. And I was really fortunate in that I was able to take that. Do you remember the 2-week cottage vacation?
Yes. Yes. Yes, I do.
And that was at the height of the decision.
Yeah.
I think I had made the decision, and communication had been made.
Yeah.
And I was gifted
Yes.
from Nicole.
I remember Nicole did
Shout
that.
out to my Nicole.
Yeah.
I was gifted 2 weeks at her cottage.
Yeah.
And oh my God, it helped. Like, I don't think I didn't come back like, woohoo, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that was also the beginning of even more stuff that
Yes.
was evolving. Because once I made the decision and I started getting into my power
Yeah.
and investigating what was actually happening,
Mhm.
and started realizing how bad it had gotten,
Yeah.
I came back to a lot of stuff. But I think back on that, and if I had not had that opportunity
Yeah.
to go and completely like shut down, and for most of it I was by myself.
Yes.
My daughters came up for part of it, but
Yeah.
majority of it I was there by myself.
Mhm.
And if I hadn't had that opportunity, I don't know that I would have managed to get through it at all.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
It's really funny. So I'm watching my face as I'm saying this, and I'm starting to see a little reflection back to season 1.
With the
So for those of you who like watched us all the way through, have been watching all the way through, it's hard for me to look at images from season 1 because that was in the midst of the chaos.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I'm even not crying. My voice is just going. I'm not even saying that I'm completely out of the chaos. I'm on a better side of the
You're
chaos.
on a better side of it. Yes.
Most definitely. And I feel a little bit more on top of things. And if the studio was doing better, I'd be
You'd be loving life.
right back to my old self. But it was in the height of it. And I look at the videos now, and for those of you watching, I did this a lot. My lips went down a lot. There was not, like, even I was listening and I was like, there was not, I smiled and we were joking and we were funny,
laughed.
and
Yeah.
it came out the way that we wanted it to.
Yep.
But I look at my face and like, I look puffy.
The heaviness.
I look unhealthy. I can, yeah, you can see the heaviness in my face. And it just, I thought I was doing so good at hiding it.
No.
Right?
Yeah. I think I remember before you had told me that you were going through anything, I think I said something to you. Like, I made a comment like, is everything okay? Like, you're not yourself. And I remember you were like, when I'm ready, I'll let you know, but I am going through something. And you at that point hadn't told me.
Really?
No, you hadn't
Wow.
told me yet. You're just like, I'm going through something. When I'm ready, I'll let you know.
So this is also, I mean, we're getting into, I guess this is the get to know Kristy more.
This is the
right?
Get to Know Kristy. I was asking about your business and we're getting to know you.
This is how you know when I'm not okay, if I don't share. Because I share. Like I would say I'm even,
You're like
I'm
me.
an
I overshare sometimes.
Exactly. But there are some things that I'm quite guarded with.
Yeah.
And so when it goes close to the heart, I would say that's when I get a little bit more guarded and I don't share. So if I share things, because I would share things about my relationship during class all the time, but I would share it around a joke.
Yes.
If I couldn't turn it into something light, if I couldn't find the comedy in it,
Yeah.
I did not share it. And so I think that was where it got a little bit challenging, is that I was dealing with some pretty heavy shit that was too close to the heart, that could not be shared,
Yeah.
that I could not find the humor in it.
Yeah.
And still can't, which is probably why I'm refusing to really go into detail about it even now,
Yeah.
because I don't know that I can still find any humor in it.
Yeah.
It was intense and it was hard. But then when you're an owner operator, you don't have the luxury of feeling it. When you're working in a service industry,
Yeah.
you don't have the luxury of having a bad day,
Yeah.
because when you do, Google finds out about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And your clients feel it.
Your clients feel it.
Yeah.
And it's a very intimate, at least up until recently maybe, and that's maybe part of our issue at the studio right now, is that it's been a very intimate place to be.
Yeah.
I came across as raw and sharing and,
Yeah.
really getting into nitty gritty things. And when you get to that point, like, first of all, you don't want to be a burden on your clients, right?
Yeah.
They're coming in to be taken care of. I don't want to be sitting there and sharing my sob story,
Yeah.
because I don't want you to lose what you're coming in for.
Yeah.
But then what I would say is that when I did start to open up a little bit more to people in the studio,
Yeah.
and cracking open a little bit of, like, yeah, I'm dealing with stuff, it did start to shift the energy a little bit, which was good. But
Yeah.
like I said, like I've and we had the conversation, I've seriously been considering, like, how do I go back to those people and say, I get why you stopped coming.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I wasn't able to show up
Yeah.
for you the way that I always had.
Yeah.
But if you give me another shot,
Yeah.
I'm back, I think.
Yeah.
I'm here for you. I want to be part of your life. I want to
Yeah.
be a part of your journey. But yeah, it's hard. And I would even say that, like, since COVID, and I hate talking about COVID, but since COVID, the game has changed.
Yeah.
What used to be the norm, or like the patterns
Yeah.
are no longer the same. Like I was saying, the 7:30 mat class was the busiest class.
Yeah.
And it was solid and I could rely on it.
Yeah.
And we've yet to build that back up.
No, our evening classes, like 6:30. No, the 6:30 reformer classes seem to, when we offer them, fill.
Right. A reformer class.
Just a reformer class, though. Mat is really tough right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
now I did see a TikTok of a Pilates owner, a studio owner, saying that they feel the next trend is going to be privates. So that's the next trend is going to be people who want the one-on-one, who
Yeah.
want the reset, who want you to tell them how they're doing it. Like, instead of, because it's grown to the big class sizes. So
Yeah.
we are still a boutique. So we
Oh
still
God,
have
yeah.
smaller
Yeah.
classes.
Fill it, right? I even had somebody suggest that to me once. Why don't you get more reformers? I'm like, oh, I don't want more reformers.
No. So that's what they were saying, that these big classes, people are losing the personal touch that Pilates was so big on.
Yeah.
So people are going to go the other way.
Yeah.
So those who really understand Pilates and get out of it what it's doing for the body, how it's helping them,
Yeah.
they're going to go the other way, and they're
Right.
going to say, okay, I'm going to do one private a week versus 3 classes a week.
Right.
Like that, I'm going to change my focus on me, still do it, and then I can do my whatever at home, but I'm going to focus on doing one private a week,
Right.
kind of thing.
Right.
So that's where they're suggesting the market is coming into.
Yeah.
So hopefully, fingers crossed, that these big places where there's no personalization are going to go to the wayside. We're going to come back into, like, the boutique. So, like, our 5 reformer classes. And because in a 5 class, you should be able to get personalized adjustment sort of thing.
Right.
In a
Yeah,
5,
within reason. Within reason. Yeah.
Not constantly, but I know that with having 5 versus even 6, I tend to be able to see
Yeah.
when someone's making a thing. And I was joking the other day that I saw one of my clients in the class and she was not doing what we were doing. and I started to walk towards her to gently correct her. Then I saw her face and she just looked like she was going through it. So I turned and I walked away. And then she realized as we changed to the next, she's like, I wasn't doing that right. And I said to her, I know I was going to correct you, but you looked like you just needed to work something out. And she's like, that's exactly it. She's like, I had a terrible day today and I was doing it and I wasn't listening to you.
Yeah.
And I can hear you now. And
Yeah.
thank you for letting me work through that. And I was like, hey, I was going to help you. I was going to correct you. And then I realized, no, you needed to just do what you were doing. It was just during the warm up. So she was warming up still. It wasn't what we were doing, but
Yeah.
it worked. And I think that that's what people need.
Yeah.
They just need, yes, they need that. And they need to be forgiven for what they're doing as well. Like,
Well, and I think the other side of it too is that Pilates has been around forever, which I don't think everybody understands that.
no, yeah.
Like Joseph Pilates came up with it in the 1800s. He rehabbed German soldiers in World War One. World War Two, he's like, this is too much. I'm out. Peace. Thank God. And he went on to New York and started Controlology in New York.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of the things that needs to be reminded sometimes is that there is magic in Pilates. There is a reason why it has been available since the early 1900s in North America. It was a secret that was kept in the dancer Hollywood community
Yeah.
that has become more attainable to the masses because for the longest time, it was really expensive and really it was mostly private sessions. Is
Yeah.
the group class kind of evolved as Pilates evolved. And through the evolution, it has become more modern. Like we aren't teaching exactly the way Joseph did. Those who still do, there's some rigidity in it that I feel isn't
Yeah.
quite, but also, I mean, it's stood the test of time. So do what you want to do. But I think we do need to get back to the roots and what makes it special. And what makes it special is that one-on-one or close to one-on-one attention, that focus of being in your body while you're doing, understanding what your body's doing while it's doing it.
Yeah.
So many people think that it's yoga. And it'll be really interesting to see how many people stop listening to this podcast when we start talking about this, because I know this has happened in the past
Yeah.
where we start talking about the studio and people stop listening.
Yeah.
So if you're about to move on, don't stay. I got some things to tell you. Listen to me. I'll help you out. But so many people think Pilates and yoga are the exact same thing, or it's the same, right? And I still have people who like have known me since I opened the studio and will still say yoga. We got to come and do yoga. I'm like, I don't do yoga.
I don't do yoga. Yeah.
Yoga's great. Go do yoga,
No,
100%.
yoga is good. It's not for the same thing.
That's not what we do.
No.
And it's a great compliment to yoga. And it's a great compliment to anything you do. And that's where Pilates becomes magical. When you take the principles and the foundation of Pilates and you start to adapt it into other things you do,
Yeah.
your life changes. But it takes practice. And much like yoga, the more you do it, the better you get at it.
Yeah.
And to become amazing at it, you got to do it on a regular basis. And you need to be guided by someone who can help you get there, who can help you get that imagery, who can help you get that focus in your body so that it becomes second nature. That just, oh, bless you, just the action of breathing will engage your abdominals. I know that sounds woo-woo, right? But that's kind of what happens is that muscle memory starts to happen.
Excuse me.
Okay, Courtney, enough with the sneezing already. Like, geez. Something's in the air.
Yep.
But anyways, so this, and it's one of those things too, that like as much as I want to go on and share, guys, I've had a lot going on. Please don't go away. I also want to go on and be like, okay, yeah, there's a lot of competition out there. Everybody has their spin on what Pilates is.
Yeah.
Like this whole hot Pilates. Last year when our AC went out, I had people mad because you didn't tell me that the AC was out. I'm like, girl, you'd be paying double to do it somewhere else as a hot Pilates class. So I'm letting you have a hot Pilates class for free.
For free.
Not for free, but for,
No,
for the
for
same
regular
price. Come on now.
regular price hot Pilates.
I'm not even charging you extra for that. But this is what starts to happen, right? And me going on and saying what I don't like about everybody else
Yeah.
is not helping you, because
No.
I want you to do it. And the more Pilates studios are just like, the car dealerships that all open up side by each. The more there are, the more it's going to bring people in, the more
Yes.
attainable it's going to be for everybody.
Yeah.
However, there are good and there are bad. There are those who are going to want you to continue doing it.
Yeah.
The ones that you go and you do and you get bored of and you're like, okay, I'm going to move on. I'm going to do something else now. The fads, they're
Yeah.
fads and they won't last. The ones that'll last, and hopefully we fall into that category. I don't know. We'll see. The summer might decide for us. They're the ones that, you want to keep doing it. And in fact, you even get, and I don't know if you've had this before, where clients have gone away on vacation or something and they come back and they're like, my body missed it.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I couldn't
Yeah.
wait to get back because I actually miss this feeling.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where, I've said that Pilates is magical. If it's done right, it's magical, and it becomes part of everything you do. So I don't know. We went all over the place.
I know. I was like, oh, you just did my breathe for me. And we're coming to the end.
I don't want to talk anymore. Maybe you talk more than me, and that's why you get to the point where you're like,
and maybe that's why, and that's why I'm like, and we're done.
And
Thank
I
you
don't want to
so
do this
much
anymore.
for joining us.
But and I came so close so many times to getting emotional.
Yes.
And I didn't. I stayed positive.
Kristy.
But if I was 10 years younger, I would have cried. I would have cried for you all. I would have shared my sob story.
And maybe we'll get there. Maybe season 3. Maybe season 3.
Oh, we are.
will be
Did we
the
not decide? Are we season 3? Maybe it's at the beginning of it. The teasers. Do you want to know
teaser.
more of the
Do you want to know
dirt?
more about?
Do you want
the
to know
dirt
how
about Kristy?
traumatic it was? No, you don't.
No, you
want to
don't.
know.
No, you don't. No, you don't. But yeah,
Let's
so
keep it light and airy.
we heard a little bit about Kristy and her
Yeah,
business.
and her
A little more
business.
about Kristy.
So
And I'm
those of
sure we'll
you-
get to know a little bit more about Kristy in another episode.
Things are happening, people.
We're gonna talk about reality shows and
Oh yeah, actually, yes, I have.
we have to go and
Because we did talk
can't
about
give
that, didn't we?
We did, so we can't give that away. So we'll next
Okay.
episode.
Next episode, it's coming. Okay,
It's coming.
I got
It's
something
coming.
to share.
All right. Thank you so much for listening to us, and thank you for being part of our community.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.